For years, the Saab JAS-39 Gripen was dismissed as the sensible Volvo of fighter jets, safe, reliable, but hardly exciting. It was the practical choice, the one you'd expect to see quietly doing its job in the background, not making headlines or stealing the spotlight. In a world obsessed with flash and firepower, the Gripen seemed almost too modest for its own good. The Americans, with their twin-engine powerhouses, scoffed at this single-engine Swedish jet. To them, bigger meant better, and the Gripen simply didn't look the part of a top-tier fighter. It was seen as too small, too cheap, and too simple, a budget option for countries that couldn't afford the real thing. The Gripen was often overlooked at air shows, overshadowed by its larger, louder competitors. The Pentagon viewed it as glorified farm equipment, not a strategic asset. In their eyes, it was a tool for minor air forces, not a contender on the world stage. Flying American jets was about joining an exclusive club. The Gripen was the outsider, the independent choice. It was for those who wanted to chart their own course, not follow the crowd. Critics saw its low cost as a sign of cut corners, not efficiency. They assumed that affordability meant compromise, not clever engineering. Its simplicity was mistaken for a lack of sophistication. Few realized that this was a deliberate design, not a limitation. The narrative was set. The Gripen was the underdog, clever but outmatched. It was the quiet contender, underestimated by nearly everyone. But this perception was about to be shattered. The world was about to witness a dramatic shift in how the Gripen was viewed. The sensible Volvo was hiding a supercar's engine under the hood. Beneath its unassuming exterior, the Gripen was ready to surprise everyone. The world was about to see what the Gripen could really do, and it would never look at this Swedish jet the same way again. When NATO pilots first heard they'd be flying with the Gripen, expectations were honestly quite low. They saw it as a competent but unremarkable light fighter, reliable, but certainly not a game-changer in their eyes. Its single engine and modest specs seemed no match for the likes of the Typhoon or F-15, both of which were more famous. The Gripen's rapid turnaround and highway operations were seen as trivia, not real tactical advantages at all. Most expected it to be a decent sparring partner, nothing more than that in training. But the Swedes had a surprise in store for everyone. The polite shrugs would soon turn to genuine disbelief. The Gripen's reputation changed dramatically in the heat of NATO exercises, where the world's best pilots and aircraft are put to the ultimate test. In intense simulated dogfights, its Delta Canard design and advanced flight controls let it outturn and outmaneuver heavier, more established jets from rival nations. Pilots who once dismissed the Gripen found themselves outflanked and outsmarted by a jet they'd underestimated. The Gripen's carefree handling and intuitive systems let pilots focus on tactics and teamwork, not just the challenge of flying. Reports of Gripen scoring simulated kills against more powerful, better-known rivals became increasingly common, surprising even seasoned observers. In real-world missions like NATO's Baltic air policing, Gripens proved their readiness, reliability, and ability to respond at a moment's notice. Hungarian pilots intercepted Russian jets with cool professionalism, showing the Gripen was more than just an exercise toy. It was a true guardian of NATO airspace. Its seamless integration with NATO systems erased doubts about its outsider status, proving it could operate shoulder to shoulder with any allied jet. The Gripen became a true team player, sharing data, coordinating strikes, and building trust as if it had always been part of the alliance. The underdog had become a respected frontline defender, earning its place among NATO's elite. As the Gripen proved itself, geopolitics shifted in its favor. Sweden joined NATO, making the Gripen a native alliance platform. The war in Ukraine created urgent demand for jets that could survive and operate from rough airfields, Gripen's specialty. Ukraine's decision to acquire Gripens was a huge vote of confidence. Meanwhile, the F-35 program's soaring costs and political strings made allies uneasy. Rumors of US control over F-35s pushed countries to seek independence. Suddenly, the Gripen was the smart, politically independent alternative. Nations like Canada and Germany reconsidered their F-35 commitments. The Gripen was no longer just an option, it was the right choice for a new era. Comparing the Gripen to the F-35 is like pitting a rally car against a Formula One racer. Both are fast, but built for entirely different worlds and challenges. The F-35 is a technological marvel, packed with cutting-edge sensors and stealth. But it demands perfect conditions, a vast support network, and very deep pockets to keep it flying. The Gripen, on the other hand, is built for the real world. Tough, adaptable, and designed to be easy to fix, even on remote highways or makeshift airstrips. The F-35's costs and maintenance needs are staggering, often grounding fleets for days. The Gripen is thrifty, field-ready, and can be turned around quickly by a small team. In real combat, generating more sorties, getting jets back in the air fast, often matters more than having a few silver bullet jets that are hard to maintain. The F-35 dominates at long range, using its sensors and missiles to strike before the enemy sees it, but it can struggle in close combat where agility matters most. The Gripen excels up close, out-turning and out-fighting heavier rivals. But the biggest difference between these jets? Independence. F-35 buyers are tied to US logistics, software and even politics, making them dependent on American support for upgrades and spare parts. Gripen customers get tech transfer, local assembly and true sovereignty over their air force, no strings attached. The F-35 is the ultimate weapon for those who can afford it. The Gripen is the ultimate tool of independence and flexibility. For many air forces, that freedom to choose and adapt is the deciding factor. The real test is what pilots say, and they're now Gripen believers. F-16 pilots are astonished by its agility. You can't see it, then suddenly it's on your tail. The cockpit's intuitive design lets pilots focus on the fight, not the controls. British and Hungarian pilots praise its reliability and ease of use. For smaller air forces, the Gripen's dependability isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Pilots' respect has changed the jet's reputation more than any marketing ever could. When NATO's best admit they were humbled, the world listens. The verdict is clear. The Gripen is the real deal. The Gripen's journey from dismissed budget fighter to NATO star is a story of smart engineering and perfect timing. It's proven that efficiency, agility, and independence are strengths, not compromises. The underdog has earned its place at the top table. Today, the Gripen is seen as a smart, sustainable, and flexible fighter. For nations wary of F-35 costs and politics, it's a credible alternative. Ukraine's order and Canada's review signal a shift in the fighter market. The Gripen's future in NATO looks bright, especially as a complement to the F-35. It's taught the world that air power isn't just about size or price, it's about adaptability and freedom. The Saab Gripen is now a symbol of a new, pragmatic approach to air power. Its story is far from over.